Hey everyone, Lone Wolf Jay here, and well, kind of, finishing things up in the event, the POC for rerun. So, that's why I have Scotty on there. I'm doing double Scotty and whoever. I'm doing one of the. Is it the saber one? Yeah, because I'm doing double Scotty say, which say's okay. Just I wish that I can do better with other characters, honestly. So, but honestly, there's really no, I would say, good AOE quick archers as far as I know. So let's just go ahead and accept the rewards here. Do this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And let's just get right back into Atlantis. Hopefully, this is the last prologue. We're going to be going into it in the next one. No battle sequence, so let's go ahead and do this. 5 days after the Nautilus test dive. I see you're all here ahead of the operation start time. Very good. Master Solaria, servants, Maj Kirlight. As of this moment, Caldeo assumes its first battle station, and I want to hear it, and I don't want to hear any whining about how we're starting the operation 2 days ahead of schedule. Captain reported the Nautilus's test dive in void space concluded safely. So I trust you're all prepared for the genuine article then. Yes, sir. Yes, Director. We're complete over our seasickness, and are ready to begin the operation at any time. I am sorry about this, everyone, but Gordov is right. The situation is dire. There was a chance yesterday the branch of the Tree of Emptiness that we believe now covers the entire Earth. These branches were previously circulating magical energy between them, like a network, but now they have begun funneling that energy towards the center of the Atlantic. We don't yet know what this phenomenon signifies, but whatever it is, we can be certain that energy is being stockpiled for use in a large-scale magecraft ritual. Currently, the amount of energy we have measured is already equal to that used for Getia's incineration of humanity. While we are unable to observe the Lostbelt's interior, Trismegistus are declared it a disaster on a global scale. I therefore recommend that this anomaly, that is the Atlantic Lostbelt's Tree of Emptiness, be dealt as swiftly as possible. A magecraft ritual on the same scale as the incineration of humanity. That would mean, yup, the foreign god is descending to Earth. Every data fragment we've gathered up to this point is pointing directly towards that inescapable conclusion. That being said, we still don't know what this foreign god is, whether they really are a god or hell, whether or not they even exist in the first place. Sorry for being so useless. You're never useless, Da Vinci. There's no need to apologize for that, Da Vinci. You can't help it that we have so little information to work with. It's not your skills that are the problem. It's the damn cryptors not giving us anything to go on. Though, of course, it also means that they don't know any more about the foreign god than we do. I expect the only cryptor who does know the truth is the leader, Kristaria Wodame. Not to worry. I expect that too will be quite clear over the course of this operation. Both the English Lostbelt and the South American Lostbelt currently appear to be stagnant, with neither showing any further signs of expanding their territory. Well, of course, the English Lostbelt has been decimated by its own cryptor, so I don't know about the South American Lostbelt, though. Therefore, as we have previously discussed, Caldea will be directing all of our resources towards eliminating the Atlantic Lostbelt. And now, our preparations for that operation are complete. The Nautilus has been equipped with an ultra-long-range lens capable of observing outer space and a record-breaking magecraft barrier from all of human history. The shadow border has been overhauled to such a significant degree that it can almost be called a wholly new machine. Both the Nautilus and the border have been outfitted with identical functionality in the unlikely event that one of them is scuttled. And Ms. Caroline's round table has been infused with enough magical energy to summon a number of servants on site. My only regret is that we weren't able to finish an Ortonax replacement unit before circumstances forced our hand. Oh, do not worry about that. I will continue to work on its design myself. You know who this character reminds me of? I mean, I know she came out before this character, but she reminds me a lot of, the glasses, the colored hair, how she's so technical, how she helps behind the scenes. She reminds me a lot of Tesla from Honkai, so I might just use her vocal range as a type of character. There should already be enough materials for reconstruction on Earth on board the border. So as long as you are able to discover or otherwise procure a concept powerful enough to fill in for one of its bullets, I will be able to put the whole thing together in the time it takes you all to eat lunch. Right. Both my ultra long range sniper training and the Ortonax transformation sequence have been cleared for action. If it needs to be deployed to give us an edge during a decisive battle, I promise I will wield it to the best of my ability. What's this about a transformation sequence? Now, just pretend you did not hear any of that. Besides, we still do not know if it will even be relevant here. Now then, as a command room officer, we'll be holding down. As a command room officer who will be holding down the fort in your absence, I would once again like to give my usual order to those of you on the field team. The situation has changed significantly. I will not say we do not have a minute to spare, but I will say that time is definitely not on our side. What is more, it looks like that was the case for our most key point of attack as well, the Atlantic Lostbelt. They have now put us in check before we had a chance to do the same to them. This is probably going to be longer than any battle you have fought to date, both in terms of number of enemies and the path you'll need to take to reach your destination. Even a zero sail can only take you to Lostbelt's outer edge, which in this case means there will be more distance between you and the tree than ever before. So I urge you all to handle yourselves even more cautiously and cool-headedly than you have been so far. In this Atlantic Lostbelt, the act of learning about its world may end up working against you. So I ask that you all stay strong, and that you simultaneously be proud of your own latent potential. If you ever reach a point where you decide you cannot continue with the operation, feel free to come back here immediately. No, what am I saying? Now is not the time for pessimism. This is all my third process's fault. She has been incessantly insisting since yesterday that this simply cannot work. Alright, let's all go out there and take back our Earth. Field team, go ahead and board the border, starting with Master Solaria. Once I have confirmed that all your vitals are green, you are to untether the Nautilus from reality. From there, you will execute a zero sail, and this operation will commence in earnest. Order, Lostbelt number 5, suborder, those who have crossed the Sea of Stars. Make sure you all give it everything you have, and I look forward to your safe return. Alright, see you later, Seal. Oh man, more of the prologue. Well, you know what? I'm going to see if I can get this into this video. Oof. Looks like this is as far as I go. I'm sorry, Daon. Sanson! Ha! Come on, Daon. Don't let it for a moment. Don't worry about what might happen later. This is the only chance you've got. It bounced off. I can't believe how tough his armor is. He's going to use his Noah Phantasm. Noah Phantasm. Fleur de Lis. I see. A series of strikes made in tandem with a lily-based illusion. It didn't even scratch him. What a joke. It's over. Proper human history. We've destroyed every last one of your nests. It's not over yet. This started long ago. It ended long ago. Ah, you mean them? The Olympus alter ego will deal with them. Did you think this would be all over once they arrived? There's no path forward for you. Any future you may have had is gone. You can submit to us and live, or oppose us and die. Which will it be, proper human history? We will never submit. I see. Then death it is. Oh, man. We found the ley line, sir. Good. This is the last one. Once we have used to summon a servant, causing it to go dormant, we will destroy it completely. Our enemies should have known better than to give us time to prepare for their arrival. Now, we will ensure they have no chance whatsoever of defeating us. Without a catalyst, the only sort of heroic spirit that can be summoned here will be one drawn to this place by sheer coincidence. But make sure you stand back all the same. We may end up summoning a berserker after all. Yes, sir. Hear me now. In the name of great Demiurge, come forth from the circle of binding, guardian of the scales. Come forth and dedicate your life to Olympus, to this land burning with the breath of the gods. Okay, who are they summoning? Where am I? Wait. Who am I? Are you my master? Yes, I am. From here on, you will dedicate your body, your life, and your skills to Olympus, down to your very last drop of blood. It is through this servitude that your life will have meaning. What do you mean by that? If this is beyond your comprehension, then your only task is to die. The steely man spoke quietly, but his words carried an unmistakable fury. Yes, master, my life is yours to command. The servant kneeled low, bowing their head before their new master. It was then that the man lost interest. All that mattered to him was that the servant was not an enemy, for his thoughts were already focused on the true enemy that lay before him. Chaldea, the invaders who would see our world destroyed. I will never let you reach Olympus. It is here in Atlantis that you will meet your end. None of you will escape. None of you will survive. I will slaughter you all where you stand. Prepare for battle. Okay. Meanwhile, a man and a woman watches a certain sea craft make his way across the ocean. Are they serious? Is it really all those fools that Chaldea brought to try to cross the sea? Musashi! They're here? They're here? Where? Oh, that must be it. Wow, what an awesome ship. Although I guess it is a little concerning. It's a beautiful ship. It's way too small for these waters. Though it might have been too soon for them to make their move. Worst case, this battle might be over before it's even begun. I just hope they haven't let their victories over those other 4 Lostbelts go to their heads. Well, that's harsh. And here I thought I sensed you were firmly on the Master of Chaldea's side. Hell yes, I am. I can't help but go weak in the knees for Solaria. That's why I'm only a little concerned for her and her team. Looks like they're bound to have yet another rough start. You find that a happy turn of events? Even now, I still cannot fathom how your mind works. Is it because of your love for dire predicaments? I swear you're far more berserker than Saber. Oh my god, that's so funny considering that she has a berserker form. Well, of course I'm going to smile about this. I'm genuinely thrilled that they made it here. How about you? Did you expect Chaldea to show up here now? Well, I hadn't ruled it out. How unfortunate this is the worst possible scenario for them. At last, I'll finally get to see them lose. Well, you sound happy. Though you certainly don't look at it. I can understand them having such a hard time in Russia. It was our first Lostbelt after all. I can accept their pathetic showing in Scandinavia, as that was a world too kind for its own good. I can turn a blind eye to the rocks of China, for that was a world too long without any manner of festivity. And I cannot concede that they had a right to be so self-righteous in India, for that was a clear-cut case of good and evil. No doubt it's owing to these experiments that the Chaldeans are likely thinking of something along the lines of the Atlantic Lostbelt may be a threat, but there must still be a way to overcome it. But they will be wrong. There is no problem here that needs to be solved. None. This Lostbelt is already perfected and is actively moving ahead to the stage beyond proper human history. The Chaldeans shouldn't have come here with the intention of defeating this Lostbelt, and they especially should be trying to learn more about it. What are you trying to say? I am saying that coming to this Lostbelt with any intention other than its complete and utter annihilation is a terrible mistake. I can only hope they realize the error of their ways before they're completely wiped out. Alternatively, well, no matter. I have my own work to do. How about you? If you like, I could take you to their ship right now. Oh, no thanks, I'm good. I'm just going to go ahead and wait for them at the enemy's main base. Did I misspeak? I thought it was clear that as the Chaldeans are going on about this now, they're all going to end up dead. Oh, no, I understood you. I just don't agree. Sure, they might suffer a horrific defeat and end up losing everything, but there'll still be enough of them left to fight back. So in the meantime, I'm going to do what I'm best suited for, so that I can be ready to pass the torch to them once they finally doggedly make their way to the goal. I see. Then you can also see how this is going to end, albeit in your own way. Very well then, go on ahead to Olympus. If nothing else, Chaldeans should make an excellent decoy. Right? The gods can't tear their eyes away from them. So on that note, I guess goodbye, Chaldean. If I run into you again there. You won't. This is the last time we will ever meet. I see no further trace of you once we go our separate ways here. Well, at least that ought to keep things nice and simple. Then, hey, do me a favor and tell them I'll be waiting for them up ahead, okay? Thanks. That fool. As if I'd ever pass along such a message. That aside, I would never have thought she would make the trek to Olympus via consecutive drifting. It truly is her own personal ratio device. Unfortunately, let me restart that. Unfortunately, Chaldea, the same cannot be said of the rest of you. The insurmountable iron wall that is the fleet of Olympus will rain shots down upon you like a meteor shower before you can even see them coming. And even if you somehow manage to get past that, you will then need to face the Nihilist god of the sea. Do you truly understand your position here, Solaria? You have no time to spare to learn this Lostbelt, to learn about this Lostbelt. The moment you attempt to do so, or to get to know us crypter, will be the moment your journey comes to an end. Your incorrigibility has helped you prevail thus far, but you can't count on it forever. Wonder who that guy is. I mean, I really didn't follow much of the JP version. The Nautilus continues to make its way across the sea. After overcoming and emerging triumphant against 4 Lostbelts, its crew prepares to face the 5th and most formidable of all. Okay, are we going back to... Okay, we're finally starting it. Thank you. Ancient Ocean of the Dreadnought Gods, Atlantis. The day to bring down gods. Lostbelt number 5. Okay, let's do this last no battle one, and that'll be it for this video. Damn, he cut detention in here with a knife. This is finally Hitmaster. Yeah. Come now. What are the long faces? Given how obviously weak and pathetic the 6th and 7th Lostbelts appear to be, this is shaping up to be our decisive battle. That's exactly it, Chubbs. Come on, this tension's been making our sphincter tighten, making your sphincter tighten up just as much as ours, right? That right there shows just how little you actually know about the world of Magecraft, kidney pie. I'll have you know the tension I'm experiencing right now is nothing like all of yours. No, I am genuinely freaking out here, and I'll thank you not to lump me in with your everyday ordinary nerves. As far as mages go, Caxam Lupus was the bottom of the barrel. Every aspect of the boy, from his skill to his lineage to his resolve, was truly, genuinely substandard. Ophelia Pharmasalone's mystic eyes may have been menacing, but she was still just a girl with no killer instinct. Akutinaka was, well, her very existence may have been cheating the system, but she was never actually a mage. I would put her in the same category as any extremely dangerous wild animal. As for Pepper Encino, on second thought, he's so slippery I don't even know how I would go about evaluating him. So let's just say he's an exception to the rule. My point is, Kristara is on an entirely different level than the other cryptors. There is simply no comparison. Oh, does that mean you've met him before? Perhaps at the Mages Association? Oh, please. Well, technically I suppose we do both come from equally distinguished families, but never mind that. Listen, the clock towers are where true genius come to gather. There, even mages with talents well beyond average are considered to be strictly ordinary. As such, simply being able to stand out there marks you as someone capable of changing the very world. Kristara Wartame has been acclaimed as one of the brightest stars by the elite aristocrats of the Bartholomew faction, as well as the Democrats of the Trembolio faction, and even the staunch neutralists of the Melawastea faction alike. Despite their differences, they all had equally high hopes that he would be the one to rebuild this world's deteriorating foundation of magecraft. They even thought he might have gone to found a 13th department of study at the clock tower if he hadn't decided to join Chaldea. Really? I had no idea Kristara was so highly regarded in London. And yet you never met him yourself, huh, Gordy? Of course not. I was always cautious about who I reached out to there, after all. And Kristara received no end of support from all the successors to nobility, young men who were obligated to carry on their family names. You see, anyone from a mage family, no matter how prestigious, would never dare disobey their father. For them, their fathers, some of whom were monsters, who have been alive for hundreds of years, are the most terrifying beings in existence. And yet, even in the face of these wicked old foxes from the previous era of magecraft, oh please don't mention the previous era, I'm thinking Honkai on that one, Kristaria was never afraid to speak his mind openly. The male from the previous era, don't compare him to Kevin, don't compare him to Kevin Castellana. My guess is that his confidence stemmed from the sheer superiority of the magic circus he had helped him go circus that have helped him go his entire life without ever losing to anyone. He always carried himself as though he were a king, as though he had been chosen by the gods. He was both confident and idealistic, yet distinctly humane, despite being both cool-headed and ruthless. He set the top records in all sorts of fields at the clock tower, many of which remain unbroken to this day. I still remember feeling keenly aware of how talent and charisma are something you're never born with, aren't while peering over him from behind a convenient pillar. Oh yeah, I could see Tubbo doing that. I bet he was tearing in a handkerchief and glaring at him. The director is right. Kristaria was born a bona fide genius who excelled at absolutely everything. It's true, my grown-up self has memories along those lines too. And they're telling me that... Oh, I hear something. Tell me that while I was definitely an unparalleled genius in every human endeavor under the sun, Kristaria was an indomitable genius when it came to magecraft. But I thought David was a genius. Oh, sure he is too, just of a different sort. Again, these memories belong to my previous self, who interacted with Team A, so I can't fully vouch for them. But I'd say that David's the type of who can make the impossible possible, while Kristaria is the type who can master anything we know can be done. So while it's not like while it's not like one type is necessarily better than the other, when it comes to being a leader, I have to say being able to put together a foolproof plan like Kristaria could was the way to go. Nonetheless, the fact remains that they are both peerless geniuses. I can't say I relish the thought of Excuse me a minute. I'm really getting pissed off at some of my friends that do this kind of stuff. One of them, we have this friend among us who we joke around about. We've joked around about. I'm getting tired of it, honestly. And I'm about ready to tell these friends, it's like, either stop with these stupid, childish jokes, or fuck off. Anyway, let's get back into this. I can't say I relish the thought of opposing either one of them. You can say that again. Hold on. You can say that again. Maybe if we're lucky, they'll underestimate us and let down their guard. I don't think we can count on that. Kristaria always gave everything its full effort, even combat simulations. I remember it seemed to me like he had a real aversion, a hatred almost, to selling for anything less than what he wanted. A genius who refused to take the easy way out. Perhaps this means he was actually just a hard worker. No, I wouldn't say that. According to Chaldea's records, Kristaria lived a perfectly ordinary life during his time there. If anything, Kadok would have worked way harder than he did. He spent dozens of hours training for every one of Kristaria's. Oh? Anyway, that's pretty much all we have to go on, so I think that's enough Kristaria's speculation. We may not know exactly what we're up against, but whatever they throw at us, we'll be ready. We've used every last bit of the magical energy resource we've accumulated to get to this point. Now, thanks to Nautilus acting as the shadowboard's outer layer, crossing the ocean is a proverbial walk in the park. Not that this even comes close to what the Nautilus can really do. I understand your disappointment, but I'm afraid the shadowboard's safety is of paramount importance. Quite so. With these manifold bound-field spells, the new engine lets us use magical energy to propel ourselves through water at high speeds. And the Aeronax Phantasm serving as our naval ram, we should even be able to cross bodies of magma if we're so inclined. Of course, Nautilus and I have seen it all, and can handle anything, but I would like to avoid damaging the ship if we can. Hello, this is Sion. I'm reading you loud and clear. I made sure you all have as much food and drink as the border can possibly carry. This is, without exaggeration, the best we're able to do at this point. If we fail with all this going for us, I will never be able to look at you in the eyes again. Oh, not to worry. If we do fail here, at least we won't have to concern ourselves with next year's budget. The smart thing to do is use everything we've got to get the rest sort itself. Let the rest sort itself later. So I do hope we can find a ley line and summon more servants soon. As things stand now, we don't have nearly enough in the way of fighting forces. Come now, Gordolf. You know why this is just as well as any of us. Given the battles we've fought in the Lostbelt thus far, summoning servants on site gives us much better odds. Besides, Master Solar can only form temporary contracts summoning servants. I'm afraid you'll just have to keep a stiff upper lip as best you can for now. Okay, we're about to reach the storm wall. It might have been impenetrable for the shadow border prior to its upgrade, but now things are different. Activating imaginary Aeronax Phantasm. Lostbelt phenomenon identified. Naval ram assimilation successful. Untethered from reality. Voice-based dive penetration mode. Zero sail, unfurl. And here we go with the zero sail animation. Sir, the lookout just poured a faint ripple at eastern for the White Wall. Of course, it could just be an underwater earthquake. Oh! Okay. It's him. Odysseus. Do you really think we would be seeing an oceanic earthquake now? No, it's almost certainly Chaldea. They may be arriving a little later than expected, but the plan otherwise remains the same. Assume they have succeeded at diving through Eastern 4 and train your sights on the most likely emergency point. All hands and ships to battle positions, and hurry up with a Lamia deployment. Yes, sir. Listen up. Do not treat these foes as you would typical rogue servants. Servants who have formed a contract with the master are stronger than you think. Do not for a moment think ourselves above them. Let down your guard and you will find yourselves the hunted rather than hunters. Yes, sir. Very well then. I'll leave this in your hands. Understood. The Echidna production is coming along extremely well. The fuck? Is it possible to manufacture those things? Yes, well, at least the prototypes. Damn engineers, after all this time, you still haven't been able to complete them. Well, no matter. Send them in. Yes, sir. Activate the Echidna. Right away, sir. A creature that spits up monsters in spite of the tremendous pain it causes is indeed the mother of life. This should have all manner of applications. Oh man, the last time I faced a monster like this was in Babylonia. Come on, move it. Go, go, go. Hoist the beam sails. Head for the target coordinates. Full speed ahead. Sorry, I'm waiting for this helicopter to fly over. This rarely happens out here, thank God. If I was out in LA, they'd be happening every 5-10 minutes. The third fleet is arrived at the target coordinates. Lemmings are now ready to deploy. Your orders, sir. Take them out. Alright. Okay. Tree's right in the middle. And we are at the sailing point. We're gonna face unknown enemies. Alright. So anyway, that's gonna be in this. That's gonna be all for this video. Thankfully, we are done with those prologues. Next week, we're gonna be starting this Lostbelt. Take it easy.